I've heard this so many times that the field is overly saturated. I don't want to do this because it's overly saturated, overly saturated, overly saturated, overly saturated. Girl, okay, we cannot keep saying that. What's up, beautiful? Welcome back to the channel. If you are new here, welcome. So I have some exciting news. We are going to start a new series called Beauty, Business, and Inspiration. Yes, I'm so excited about this. So if you did or did not know, I am a celebrity makeup artist. I am retired, but I am a beauty expert with over 10 years of experience in the industry. And I want to share all of my knowledge with you and any aspiring makeup artists that want to start into the business and just don't know where to start. This is the channel for you. This is the series for you. So make sure you hit that notification bell so you don't miss a video and an upload in the series. And make sure you subscribe to the channel to become a beauty. All right? Okay, well, let's get started in today's video. So with today's video, we're going to talk about the top 10 things that you should know before becoming a makeup artist. These are some of the things that were not taught to me before I became a makeup artist that I wish someone had shared with me, but you're in luck. Don't worry. I'm going to share them with you today. All right. So let's get started. Number one is skill training and development. Now, there are a few ways that you can learn how to do makeup. A lot of makeup artists are self-taught because it is a creative career. It is something that you do. It's an art. So it's something that you do from your heart, and it's a passion that you may have for makeup or for beauty in general. So a lot of makeup artists are self-taught. Now, just because you're self-taught does not mean that you're ready to go out there and showcase your work, does not mean that you're ready to go out there and get paid for your work, does not mean that you, even yourself, feel comfortable showing the world your work and saying, hey, pay me for it, okay? So there are a few things that you can do to get yourself ready for a freelance career. Number one, you can go to a makeup school or a beauty school. Some makeup artists are hairstylists and they have a certification or a license to do hair. And inside of their hair school, they got some type of certification for makeup as well. You don't need a license to do makeup in most states in the United States, but there are some things that fall under cosmetics, like applying eyelashes where you will. That falls up under like an esthetician license. So be careful with that, where you are dibbling and dabbling into the esthetician field where you do need a license. But to be a makeup artist, I do believe in most states in the United States, majority of the states, you don't need a license, but make sure that you check your state. I didn't go to makeup school, but I was interested in going, and I did look at the curriculum, and they do tell you how to do makeup from the top to the bottom, and they include sanitation and guidelines and things like that. So you will learn how to do different makeups on different skin tones, types, textures, and I'm sure that you'll be able to learn advanced makeup artistry as well, depending on what makeup school you go to and depending on what course you take. So there are options for you there. So if you can afford to go to makeup school, or if you have time to go to makeup school or beauty school, that is an option. Number two is makeup courses and classes. Now, you can take this online. I know that there are leading makeup artists and beauty industry experts that are doing courses online. You can do that. You can go to the amazing YouTube University. That is an option. And you can also do some in-person one-on-one or a small group lesson where you have a makeup artist who is an expert or a leading beauty person in the industry that is hosting a makeup workshop, maybe in your local area or near you, and you could go to these courses. Now, I recommend these type of courses as a refresher or just to sharpen your skills on a particular area. Like if you want to learn how to do highlighting and contouring better, if you want to learn how to blend better, or if you want to learn how to sculpt or whatever, a certain specialty, I recommend those classes for that. But if you are like, I just don't know where to start, I want to learn how to do makeup, I would recommend going to maybe a makeup school. Or that brings me to the third point, is self-taught. You can totally teach yourself how to do makeup. I I taught myself how to do makeup, and tons of other makeup artists taught themselves how to do makeup as well. Because like I said in the beginning, this is a art, okay? So you can totally teach yourself. This is something that most people are just born with. So here's the thing, when you are teaching yourself, there are ways that you can go about learning additional skills and sharpening your skills, like working in retail. That is something that I always tell makeup artists to do. Listen, work in retail. It teaches you so much about the makeup industry, about business in general. I worked for MAC for over 5 years. It's where I learned how to do so much makeup and so many advanced level techniques right at the makeup counter. Now, we did have certain trainings that we went to like every quarter, but those trainings were mostly to teach us about what was coming up, you know, the new launches and the new makeup products that was coming up in the future for the next season. We went over some techniques and skills and stuff, but for the most part, it was about the new makeup product that they were rolling out for the new season. But majority of the training was right there on the job. I learned from my peers. I learned from experience. There were so many clients coming in and out that MAC counter every day with different skin tone, textures, and types, ages and sexes. It was just, I mean, I learned how to do makeup on everybody, different personality types, and so many people came in and out that MAC counter within the 5.5 years that I worked for MAC. And I'm telling you, it was the best experience ever. I learned right on the job. Now, the con to that is it does take more time. I would assume that if you went to a makeup school that you would get more training in every day, more hands-on training every day for a certain period of time, however long that makeup school is. But when you are self-taught and you're learning on the job, it could take some time. So if you're willing to take some time and learn your craft, I would just recommend hopping right into it, practicing every day, and doing makeup on friends, doing makeup on yourself. Practice, 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 okay? That's how you sharpen your skills, and that's how you learn how to get better. And eventually, I mean, you're an artist, so I don't know if any artists feel like they have arrived at their best work per se. So just keep going, okay? Just keep going. Eventually you'll get there. You'll get to a point where you feel like, okay, this is good. I feel proud of this work. Let's go ahead and showcase it to the world. Which brings me to number 2. This is what you definitely need to know. When showcasing your work to the world, you need a portfolio. Now, there are many ways to go about doing a portfolio. You can do a portfolio on a website where you can create a website and showcase all of your work on this website. You can totally do that. Or you can put all of your work on a social media platform like Instagram or Facebook. Now, I am not a TikToker, so I'm not really sure how TikTok works, but you can totally showcase your work form in a video form on TikTok, and I'm sure that would be great. But you do need stills when it comes to a portfolio. You need stills, you need shots, close-up shots, tight shots, angles. You need whoever the person that is on the other side of the screen that's looking at your photos, you need them to be able to see what you can do. You need them to be able to see your contouring, your highlighting, your blending skills, and all of that is going to be showcased in your still work, okay? So that's why I said I would recommend that you get a website where you can showcase your work. Now, there are website platforms that allow you to do a website for free, or some websites do like a 30-day free trial. But Instagram is a social media platform, and that's where you can just create a page that is dedicated just to your makeup work, and you have all of your beautiful work on your Instagram page, and you can use that as your portfolio. So something to think about. So number 3. Okay, so how are you going to do all this fabulous makeup? You need proper tools and product to make sure that you are prepared to do wonderful, beautiful, smooth work, okay? That's number 3. You need really good quality products and tools. Now, do you have to break the bank? No, you do not. But I would invest, if I was you, in some quality pieces. For example, you don't want cheap foundation, because if you are using cheap foundation on your clients, it's going to show up cheap, okay? This foundation may not perform the way that you want it to perform. So I wouldn't skip out on my foundation. Any of the skincare piece, I wouldn't risk that. I would definitely not lowball yourself when it comes to your foundation, your concealer, your powders. Make sure that you're using quality makeup. Do you have to use Chanel and all that? No, you don't. You can use cosmetic brands like Makeup Forever, MAC Cosmetic, One Size Beauty. I'm just trying to give you an idea of some makeup brands that are affordable, but they are good quality brands, okay? So if you are just starting out and you want to just test and you want to just learn, sure, go for the lower end makeup products where you're just learning and you're just testing out your skills and your techniques. Yeah, you don't want to waste your money on testing and learning on expensive product. But when it comes to doing makeup for your clients, you want to make sure that you are giving your clients the best foundation, the best concealer. You want to make sure that you're giving them the best beautiful finish and look that they can possibly get. That's what they came here for. That's what they came to you for, so that they can look beautiful and flawless. Now, there are certain things that you can kind of cut corners on. And when I say cut corners, be mindful that I'm not saying that just go out and get some cheap any old kind of makeup, because it's not going to perform the way that you want it to, and it's going to reflect you in the end as an artist. So you want to make sure that you are using products that are quality products in terms of how it performs. Now, there are some brands that are very affordable and inexpensive that perform beautifully. Elf is one of them, okay? NYX is another one. I don't consider, like, when I first started doing makeup, NYX was very inexpensive. They kind of have gotten on up there as of lately, but they're still very inexpensive as far as makeup goes. And you can totally stock up your kit by, you know, getting products that are not that expensive, like lip pencils and eyeshadows and mascaras. Those are some of the things that I feel like you can kind of get more on the inexpensive end, but I would not jeopardize that foundation, girl, okay? Also, make sure that you have essential tools like a ring light, a chair, good makeup brushes. I cannot stress this enough. Make sure you have good makeup brushes, okay? You can just feel the quality of the brush, okay? I cannot work with a brush and the bristles are hard. You will see over time, as you continue to grow in your journey and your makeup career, which brushes give you the best application. You'll see. And so just make sure that you are getting quality brushes so that you can have the best application possible. Okay, so last thing, as far as investments and tools, when it comes to your overall kit, please have a clean kit. Come into your job like you are a professional and you love being there with a clean and organized kit. Now, you don't have to break the bank in terms of your kit. The kits run from, I mean, the range is like, you know, you can get a kit for $50 or you can get a kit for, I'm sure, $500, you know, it just depends. But as long as your kit is clean and organized, the actual house that your makeup is in, I don't think that anyone is going to judge you on that. Just make sure that I would recommend black or something that looks professional or something that is on brand for you. If your brand colors is pink and you come in with a pink makeup kit, that makes sense because your brand colors are pink, okay? So just make sure that whatever you house your products in is clean and organized. I cannot stress this enough. Okay, so number 4 is networking and building relationships. When it comes to your makeup career and building your makeup career, you want to make sure that you are working with people that can help you get in the door, in the next door, and in the next door. But don't go into it like I'm using you for this or for that. You know, you want to make sure that you are going into this networking space being able to offer something like your services, being able to offer your services, whether it's at a discount or it's free or it's for pictures, you know, for trade. You want to be able to go into these networking settings offering something and not just going in ready to get, okay? Because people can pick up on that energy and they know, okay, this person is an opportunist, and you don't want to come in the door as an opportunist. A really good way to network is go to some trade shows. Like I said, work in retail. When you create your Instagram account, collaborate with other makeup artists and beauty industry influencers that are on Instagram or TikTok or Facebook. You know, DM them, let them know that, hey, I'm in the city, I'm in your city, or whatever. Or, hey, I live in Charlotte, you live in Charlotte, I'm a makeup artist, let's meet for lunch or tea or whatever. Or if you see any type of beauty events that's going on in your area, make sure you go to some of these things so that you can network. Have a business card with you if people are still doing business cards these days, but have your social media handle ready to give out. Make sure that you are ready to extend your services to whoever you meet, be able to offer up some type of advice, be able to give something. But networking is super important because that's how you're going to get your foot in the door when it comes to opportunities. And you want to go into this as a you help me, I help you type of situation, because nobody wants to feel like they're being used. So when you are in networking spaces, make sure that you go in it ready to give, ready to serve. And don't be afraid to speak up. Introduce yourself. Tell people who you are. Make sure that Instagram profile is on point and ready to showcase. Make sure your website is on point and ready to be showcased, because the last thing you want to do is send people to your work and it does not look good, okay? So make sure that you get your portfolio ready to go so that you can network successfully. Okay, so number 5 is marketing yourself. When it comes to marketing yourself, you want to make sure that you create a brand. Who are you? What's your business name? For me, I have gone by Brittany Ingram Beauty for quite some time. I used to use colors like bright pink and white and black and purple, but these days I've kind of fallen into more of the soft pink era, soft rose, nudie era, because that's just my vibe now. But whatever it is that you want to be known for, whether it's pink or red or yellow or green, go ahead and start branding your business around that. Make your Instagram colorful if you are a colorful person. Okay, so whenever you are marketing yourself, create a brand that represents who you are. So when people see, let's just say, when people see the beauty boss, they know that the beauty boss is pink and gold with glitter, or whatever you decide to do as far as your brand colors. But your website needs to reflect that. Your Instagram, all your social media platforms need to reflect that. And you need to reflect that. I always wore makeup whenever I was trying to market myself. I was a walking billboard, okay? So in my 20s, when I was really building my career, when I first moved to LA, I wore makeup every day. Every day, everywhere I went, because I wanted people to say, oh, your makeup looks so pretty. Who did it? I did. Thank you for asking. Oh, are you a makeup artist? Yes, I am. Oh, where do you work? Do you have a car? Yes, I do. Okay? You are the brand. Market yourself. Wear your makeup. Make it look so beautiful, undeniable, that people are asking you and stopping you on the street like, girl, who did your makeup? I did. Free marketing. Free marketing. You are the brand. So don't forget about that. Okay, so number 6 is understanding the business. Now, we talked a little bit about the beauty side, the makeup side, as far as being a makeup freelancer, but you want to make sure that you are very attentive to the business side of makeup. Your invoices, your finances, your legals, your contracts. You want to make sure that you are being very attentive when it comes to that, the payments and things like that, because those things matter. That is a huge part of freelancing, is making sure that your finances, your taxes is on point. So if you need to talk to a tax professional, do that. If you need to take a course on financial management or budgeting, I would highly recommend that you do that, because freelancing is not your normal 9-to-5, okay? So this is a career where people pay you and you are the bookkeeper. So you have to put aside your taxes, you have to put aside some savings, you have to put aside some money for your kit to reinvest into your business. All these things are on you. So make sure that you take some time to learn about the business side of freelancing. Okay, so number 7, client management. Now, when it comes to communicating with clients and interacting with clients, I feel like that is a personality thing, but your personality will take you far in the business, okay? People work with people. People hire people. Always remember that. So when it comes to working with a client, make sure that you are professional. Make sure that you are respectful. Make sure that you are always kind and clean and approachable and receptive of feedback, and you're easy to work with. You're a team player. You want to go into it that way, because nobody wants to work with a person who has negative energy or a poor attitude or poor work ethics. I don't care how beautiful your makeup is. I don't care how amazing of a job that you do. I'm telling you right now, if you have a poor attitude, you will not be hired. You won't be hired. You might get hired, but they're not calling you back. So the beauty industry also is a very small world, especially as you begin to elevate. It becomes a very small pool of leading beauty influencers or experts in that space, especially in entertainment. And you don't want to be known as the person who nobody wants to work with. Okay, so make sure that you posture yourself in a way that is positive, that you are a team player, and that you are coachable in some ways as well, you know, because you're going to be working with other people. Sometimes it's not going to just be you and the client. Sometimes it's going to be you, the client, the producers, their management team, and they're going to want to give you ideas and tell you, hey, this is the plan for the shoot. But if you come into it with a negative attitude and it's like, no, I don't want to do that, or no, we're doing this, then they may not want to work with you. Okay, so make sure that you stay positive, keep it cute, sis. Number 8, time management. Please be on time. Please be early. Okay, be early whenever you are freelancing. Nobody wants to work with a person who's always running late and disheveled and running in the door trying to get your makeup together. That is not very professional, okay? So if you work in a big city, you might want to map out your time. Factor in traffic. Factor in public transportation. Factor in getting gas or getting lunch or coffee or tea or whatever you need to do before you get to your project or to your client, because you want to make sure you arrive early to show professionalism, commitment, and that you are a timely person. People love working with timely people. Time is money, honey, okay? And I know that producers, they don't have money to waste, they don't have time to waste, and most clients don't either. If someone hires you to do their makeup, 9 times out of 10 they hire you at a certain time because they have to be somewhere by a certain time. So you want to be respectful of your client's time and show up early. Show up early. Be on time. Be on time, girl. Okay, number 9, speaking of time. Now, I would encourage you to be flexible when it comes to your working hours. Sometimes as a freelance makeup artist, you may get to a set or a certain project and the time runs over. So just know that this is not your typical 9 to 5, okay? Even though you want your clients to respect your time and you want to respect the client's time, also keep in mind being flexible when you get there is very important, okay? That's a part of freelancing, because there may be times where the shoot extends because the photographer just didn't get the shot, or something happened with the rain or the weather. You know, there are different factors that are out of the control of you and the client or other people that's working on a project with you that you really just can't control. So be flexible in your time. That may mean you might have to stay at that job an hour later, 2 hours later, you know, or you might have to arrive a little earlier because the photographer or the producer texts you or email you and say, hey, can we start at 4 a.m. instead of 5:30 a.m. because of the sun? And you might need to go and do that and get that money. So just keep in mind that when you are a freelance makeup artist, your time and your hours need to be a little bit flexible. So last but not least is number 10, and that's handling rejection and competition. Okay, I've heard this so many times that the field is overly saturated. I don't want to do this because it's overly saturated, overly saturated, overly saturated, overly saturated. Girl, okay, we cannot keep saying that, because you are very unique, okay? Nobody can do what you can do like you. Nobody can bust out that eyeshadow like you can bust out that eyeshadow. Nobody can do that blush the way you do that blush, okay? So you are unique. You are special. You have a skill set that you are bringing into the industry that nobody else has. So there is a room for you. Now, with that being said, there is no competition. You are your own competition. You might get told no. You might be turned down. You might get told maybe later, we'll call you back, we'll see. That's okay. That is totally okay. That is something that is inevitable. It's going to happen. You take it on the chin, you keep going, and get ready for the next opportunity, because when one door closes, another one opens. And trust me, there are going to be some doors that close. It may or may not be many. It may be none, but still, it could happen. And if it does happen, be pliable in your emotions. You know, don't get caught up in it. Don't let it get you down, because that's just the name of the game. You know, sometimes people are going to say no. Sometimes people maybe say no and then call you back and say, hey, actually, we want to hire you. You know, who knows what the reason is? We don't know unless you ask for that type of feedback, which sometimes can be very helpful. But just know that no doesn't mean you're not good enough. No just means you're not the person for this job, and that is okay. And no doesn't mean that you're in competition with the next person or the next artist, because you're not. You're your own competition. There's no competition, okay? You're very unique, and you bring a skill set to this business and to this industry that no one can do, all right? So I know I gave you a lot of information. These are just the 10 things that I feel like you should know before becoming a freelance makeup artist. But I have something special for you. If you went through this video and you're like, okay, I love all of these things, but I need to know more. Okay, look no further. I have created an ebook from A to Z that tells you exactly the things that you need to do when it comes to being a freelance makeup artist and how to conduct yourself as a business. And that makeup artistry business guide is exactly what you need. Make sure you go down to the description box where you can download my ebook, A Makeup Artist Business Guide, a step-by-step guide to becoming a successful makeup artist and freelancer, okay? So trust me, you're gonna need this ebook if you are starting out, or even if you just want to refreshing your skills and sharpen your skills. There may be some things in this ebook that you didn't know, so make sure that you get the ebook. Trust me, this ebook is packed full of goodies, okay? Lots of good resources. I wish someone had an ebook, a professional business guide that I could have followed step by step to help me with my business, but that's okay. That's why I created it for you, and you can utilize this resource to learn and get all of this information, okay? So make sure that you give this video a thumbs up. Leave a comment down below if you are starting out in the makeup business. If you are a makeup artist, sound off in the comments, say hi. Let me know what year you're on, if you're a beginner or if you've been doing makeup for 2 years, 3 years. Make sure you let me know. I want to know all of my makeup beauties that are here on this channel. Make sure that you subscribe to this channel if you are new here. Hit the notification bell so you don't miss a video and an upload in this beauty business and inspiration series that I'm so excited about. And make sure you go and grab that ebook to get all of your resources that you need to become a successful